Pick up. Pick up, pick up, pick up. Oh, I need you to pick up for me. Come on, nigga, pick up. Where you at right now? And I was riding downtown in the pickup. Go and get my own boy pickup. Then I hit the weed man pickup. Blowing up his phone, he don't pick up. Looking for a shorty I can pick up. Out with the drinks on hip up. And you know I got the whole lot lit up. Put your hands up, baby, this is sick up, sick up. Riding downtown in the pickup. Go and get my own boy pickup. Then I hit the weed man pickup. Blowing up his phone, he don't pick up. Looking for a shorty I can pick up. Out with the drinks on hip up. And you know I got the whole lot lit up. Put your hands up, baby, this is sick up. I was on the project stool, you was late for cribbing. Had a blunt rolled up when it's probably pulled up, yeah. And you know they tripping. So I dip out the back and started my engine. Put in my entrance. Shoes all custom, 35 inches. And it still smell it, don't go sideways, 35 pinches. Turn left by the popo with the pack still flat, just the way I rocked it. And I crept in the low with the only blunt in my left front pocket, yeah. Soon as I see no cops in here, I'ma pull in no rocking chair. Turn up the Doja Island, that's when I pull out the Doja and spark it. Riding downtown in the pickup, go and get my own boy pickup. Then I hit the weed man pickup, blowing up his phone, he'll pick up. Looking for a shorty I can pick up. Out with the drinks on hip up. And you know I got the whole lot lit up. Put your hands up, baby, this is sick up, sick up. Riding downtown in the pickup, go and get my own boy pickup. Then I hit the weed man pickup, blowing up his phone, he'll pick up. Looking for a shorty I can pick up. Out with the drinks on hip up. And you know I got the whole lot lit up. Put your hands up, baby, this is sick up, sick up. Slide in the back of the pickup. Take it easy on the speed bumps. No, we smoke it down to the tree stumps. No, we go back like free lunch. If you're shooting the breeze, then hold the clip up. Throw a couple snaps on the nigga. We run through a sack like a nickelback hit stick. Keep coming back like a hiccup. Things still the same over here, over here, over here, over here. Me and the bros getting litty. We used to roll through the city. We made our own little committee. We only roll if it's 50-50. But the pose is for fishing. Phone on 20. Leave me alone, I'm busy. Got the homies in the F-150 like. Riding downtown in the pickup. Go and get my own boy pickup. Then I hit the weed man pickup. Blowing up his phone, he don't pick up. Looking for a shorty I can pick up. Out with the jeans on hip up.
The End.fm, I am DJ Zouain. This is The Hijack. Welcome. Thanks for hanging out. Very special impromptu show today. Honestly, did not expect to record today because I have a pile of editing and the adult in me is telling me you need to get your responsibilities done. You need to get all of your editing done before you start adding more to your editing pile. And because I never listen to my adult side, I tell it to shut the fuck up. And I have a homie, an OG, the End OG here. We had to do a show together. So I would like to welcome back to his spot, Mr. Greg Runge. Sir, how are you?
I am well, man.
Hold on a second. Let me bring you on correctly. There you go. How are you, bro?
Doing good, buddy. How are you?
I am excellent. Can you get closer to the microphone or something? You sound
Closer to the mic, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, I don't know. For some reason, you sound lower. You project, and that is something that I don't hear. Anyway, not the point. How you doing, bud?
I am well, man. How are you?
It has been too long.
Yeah.
It's been too long since we shared mic time together.
Yes.
And I feel like because it's long overdue, I went against my better judgment, and now we are doing a show together, and I'm excited about it. So thank you for hanging out, brother.
Oh, thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, man. We have a lot of shit going on, man.
There's a lot of stuff going on.
So much stuff. Also, it's a very weird setup right now, the way that I have this, because he's kind of sitting behind me and over. And anyway, it's not a big deal. It's you guys, the people listening, don't give a shit.
I'll just look at you there.
Just look at me there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
like
then that way, our friends will think that we're speaking to them as well.
Directly to you, ladies and gentlemen. That is what we do around here. So we have a shitload of stuff to talk about. And
but sorry for interjecting.
No,
but,
please.
I mean, we might as well say why I am an OG.
Oh, but of course.
We might as well break it in. I'm sure there's going to be some people that will be tuning in that I'm tagged in it that have no clue what's going on.
No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. So, the End FM, it was a sandbox project of mine for many, many years. It was going to be at one point a terrestrial radio station, like a, typical AM, FM type radio station, and that fell through. It was going to go into an internet station kind of thing. And that was different. So it was basically a website where we did a bunch of different stuff. And one of the first shows that we did had one Mr. Greg Runge. And actually, the first time that you and I did a show together wasn't even the Hijack.
No?
No. It was a show that you and I started at Bill's bedroom once the whole terrestrial radio thing went down.
Yeah.
And you called it because you're a hell of a namer guy. You know how to name shit. You're a good, hell of a namer guy. You can name some shit, man. You called it This Afternoon.
Oh, yeah, man.
You remember this?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you said This Afternoon, and I was like, you know what, bro? That's a fantastic name. We need to do that. And so we did it. And another piece of OG thing. The first day that we did our first show together was the day of my friend Brandon's funeral. I left the funeral and came to do the show with you and did the yucks after speaking at his funeral. Bro, it was a heavy ass week. And that was the same week that what's his face screwed everything up. Oh my God. Yeah. So much old school stuff. But anyway, after This Afternoon, I moved to Altamont Springs, and you came over, and I was like, bro, we need to do a show together. And you were like, why don't we call it The Hijack? To which I said, that sounds awesome. And you said, let's spell it H-I-G-H.
Absolutely.
And we did, and it was awesome.
And I took that from when I was doing unregular radio up in Boston.
Yeah.
I would go in at nighttime because again it was an internet radio station, and certain nights of the week there were no shows, so it was just run music. So I would go in there and be the silent DJ, and I would call it The Hijack.
I love that.
Yeah.
So, so that's why you're saying I colonized the brown guy's colonizing some shit, guys.
Yeah, he absolutely. He colonized the show, changed it to H-I.
But do I give you credit for that, or do I not give you credit for that?
Sometimes I think you might need a reminder.
Sometimes I need a reminder. This guy. I every time that we hang out, I'm OG right there. You don't get more OG, much more OG than Greg Runge when it comes to the End FM.
Man, it's about a decade.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, you did a shout out on Facebook.
I didn't even do it. It wasn't even me. It was my late business partner, my engineer business partner, John Hamilton.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right.
Shout out John Hamilton.
Yeah,
Big up John Hamilton.
If we were to start a radio station, who would you have? And you just got flooded with Greg Runge.
Yeah, and I was like, who the fuck is this guy? And next thing I know, 10 years later, we're doing shit together, man.
Yeah.
And I'm glad, and it's awesome. And, shout out John Hamilton. Hope you're in heaven, hitting your vapes and listening to weird jazz music. God, I miss that guy. He was so cool.
He was big in his vapes, though, right?
Oh, my God.
Was he one
huge.
of the guys that had a lanyard for his vape?
100%. 100%. Dude, Jazz Hamilton, as we called him, Jazz Hamilton, was one of the coolest dudes. I learned so much from from both the history of radio and the technical side of radio from him. And once we were both kind of done at the radio station that we were, he said, "Hey, let's go." I probably went, "Hey, you know what? I want to get a radio station." And he's like, "Well, we could probably do that." And I'm like, because that's everything was simple for it. It was just, well, it's fine. Yeah, we just do this. And I was like, "Okay, cool. So what do we need?" "A lot of money." I'm like, "All right, time to start shaking hands and kissing babies." And that's what I did. And I spent 9 months in DeLand. And the rest is history. But yeah, no, you were there for the fucking whole thing. And now you're here. You're back. You know what? So now that you're back, because I mean you're OG this area. I mean you're next door, but I mean Sanford and like
DeBarry, yeah.
DeBarry. I mean it's across the bridge. So what's going on with you? What do you got going on? What is like? We have you back. What can we expect? That
I'm staying off the road for quite some time.
Yeah.
I have one other obligation in September that will take me to New England and Vegas for like 2 weeks.
Okay.
But other than that, I'm going to be planting roots, and it's been quite some time since leaving the house in DeBarry, and but the journey began 2.5 years ago when I ended up in the U-Haul van.
Yeah.
So this is going to be the first time that I have a roof, like my roof over my head.
That's awesome.
And but yeah, I'm here back with the Picnic Project. So I'm doing the
Shout
stuff
out Picnic Project.
Yeah, huge. Yeah. And then but I want to now focus on the content side of my platform, and I have some projects that I'm working on, writing on a little stoner movie.
Yeah,
and building a character where I will use my platform to run some stuff off, but everything's going to be shot here. So yeah, I want to take my content to a different level. You're going to see like man on the street type stuff. Some of the ideas that I gave Polly with the golf cart karaoke, dude. Whatever collabs that you and I do together as well. But
I'm excited about that. I'm excited because like it's about time, and life just kind of got us like completely in separate parts of the town and country at some points.
Yep.
And now that you're gonna be local, it's really fucking cool. Yeah. And like, and I mean, we have even now, like we're starting already to collab shit, not just this totally impromptu podcast, but also, like, I mean, we have other things like Cheech's birthday coming up.
Yep.
That we're doing at Westy. Are you coming out tomorrow? Or are we doing the thing tomorrow? Or
what's the thing tomorrow?
The DJing tomorrow. Are you coming out for that?
I could probably hook up a live stream and go check it out. I haven't been out on the town since I've been here. Yeah, I would like to do that. Yeah, that would be fun.
So that's you could probably look at that both on mine and Greg's pages. So that's gonna be awesome. But yeah, no, I really like the fact that you're back and that I can get kind of a different take. Well, our takes are in some ways very different, but you have some insight. I have some blind sides that you don't, and I think vice versa too. But yeah, like the Oceangate thing, which we're going to talk about later. I can't wait to hear, because you said you got into some trouble for that.
A little bit.
I want to hear about that. But also, Madonna. Did you know that she was in the hospital?
I did hear you say something earlier about that. Yeah.
So apparently, Madonna had some sort of bacterial infection. Let's see. She is resting, feeling better, and following doctor's orders. A source close to singer says.
How did she get this bacterial infection? Did it have anything to do with her cosmetic surgeries that she's been having? I mean, I don't want to yuck anybody's yum, but she looks different, man.
Yes, she definitely looks different. You know what? She doesn't look much different. I don't know. Like,
she looks different.
No, she looks different.
Like, she looks like. Oh man, I really don't want to say, but
don't be mean. I mean, be whatever you want to be.
Has anybody seen Mickey Rourke and Madonna?
Jesus,
Have they've ever been in like the same room together? I mean, Mickey Rourke too, man. They look different. They just look
Mickey
different,
Rourke,
but they look the same.
No, Mickey Rourke has one doppelganger and one doppelganger only.
Who's
Marjorie Taylor Greene?
Oh, Jesus.
Marjorie Taylor Greene and Mickey Rourke from The Wrestler. I'm telling you.
I don't know. She doesn't even look that bad, dude.
No, she looks like Mickey Rourke from The Wrestler. Every time I see her, I'm like, really? Like I'm waiting for her to like be in like a butcher's. That's a very obscure reference. He was in a butcher's thing.
That's. I mean, I'm sorry. I feel horrible that I said that about Madonna.
Well, that's why I countered. I countered with Marjorie Taylor Greene. I figured like we could balance yin the yang. You know what I'm saying? Ugh, and yuck the yum.
She looks different, bro.
She does look different. Well, let's see. Madonna has been discharged from the hospital and transported to her New York City home via a private ambulance, of course. A source with knowledge of the matter says to CNN Thursday. She's in the clear, an individual told CNN. A source close to the singer, blah, 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 blah. In a post shared to his verified Instagram on Wednesday, Guy Ozieri, Madonna's longtime manager, shared that singer 64 developed a serious bacterial infection, which led to several days in the ICU last Saturday.
Ouch.
Yeah. Her health is improving. However, she is still under medical care. A full recovery is expected, Ozieri wrote.
But nothing on how you get it, like a foodborne illness.
No, but she is postponing the launch of her upcoming tour, in case you were wondering.
She was really going to tour again?
Bro, dude, Joe Perry is 72 years old, and they're selling out Fenway Park right now.
I just didn't think she was going to be going on. I didn't even know she had a new album. What is she going to do?
You know what? That brings up something that I wanted to bring up for you, because I think that you and I probably see similarly on this.
But is she doing like a best of tour? I mean, did she drop a new album? No.
Let's see. Let's see. Postponing the launch of her upcoming tour while she recovers. I'm assuming that she's not.
I need to know more about the tour.
I don't know. It was a celebration tour. Was scheduled to kick off July 15th in Vancouver, Canada. The tour was set to continue throughout the United States and Canada through early October before heading to Europe.
When was she celebrating?
Celebration, like...
Is that one of her songs?
Yeah. Isn't it? Hey, Google. Did Madonna play Celebration? Yeah.
Celebrate.
No, that's not. That's Casey and the Same Thing Band.
The celebration.
Let's see. Oh, Sarah Smith says the mean streets of DeBerry. Lots of folks are glad she's home. We're glad she's home too. I'm very glad she is home.
Yeah.
So there's some dates that she's missing because of that. But this brings me to an issue that I've had that I talked about in the last show, was the idea that these old performers, old entertainers, are not passing the torch, and this is across the board. It actually started off when Biden got thwarted by a bag of sand at the Air Force graduation, where
what happened?
The dude looked like he flailed. Have you ever seen? You remember the old Power Rangers cartoons where like they just flail? That dude had a sandbag in front of him on the way off of the stage, and he just boop and just falls. The most powerful man on the planet.
Yeah, someone should have been watching out for that fucking sandbag for him. Like he get
or hear me out. We shouldn't have a fucking president that could die if that happened.
You preach it to the choir with me.
But that's what I'm saying. That's... my issue here is that, like, and back to this, like, touring Madonna. And look, and Joe Perry. Dude, I would love to interview Joe Perry. I am 1 degree of separation from him, and I think I'll be able to interview him at some point. And one question that I will definitely not be asking anybody is, like, how are you passing the torch to the next generation? How are you passing the torch to the next generation of entertainers? Because if you think about it, Corey Taylor is amazing, and he's 50 years old.
So you're saying he's got to get ready to pass the torch?
No, but he should be thinking about it. At 50, I would be thinking about it.
Yeah, but what do you mean by passing the torch? Like even
shit.
Could
you?
Yeah, I'll get that.
So here's my issue. My issue is this. You look at my issue is that we have an entire ecosystem of bands. I just spent over $200 to go see the original Misfits. Geriatric only. And the only person on that stage that doesn't look like they are 100 is Doyle. Doyle Wolfgang von Frankenstein, the vegan in the Misfits. And I've seen him before, and he's out with his shirt off and stuff. The guy is jacked. So my issue is I feel like we need to have a passing of the torch. Not that, look, and I said this before, not that any of them should retire, although some of them absolutely should retire. But like, and the same thing, if you are in, and this was birthed out of, like I said, the Biden thing, and the fact that our entire government is made up of corpses, like, you know. So my issue is the fact that the boomers already fucked up the world. Like, could you just die off so we can, you know? I mean, not literally.
I don't know what tortures they would be like. They would be passing, because it's not like they can tell them or give them anything that they can learn from in the industry anymore, because it's changed. It's upside down. If anything, the veterans should be reaching out to the younger generation to figure out how to stay relevant with streaming and social media
for
and
sure,
stuff like that.
For sure. But
the only way they can make money these days, if they're not on that streaming stuff, is touring.
Yes.
So
agreed.
if they haven't done proper, I guess, investing themselves over the years with the money they're able to make at the time, they still have to supplement their income. And touring and merch is the only thing these fucking old timers.
Absolutely, and I get that. And look, I have a coffee mug that I use all the time. It's an Agent Orange coffee mug. Every time I go out, I bought a Misfits shirt. Actually, you know what? Since we're talking about the Misfits already, and the fact that, you know, like, dude, I paid over $200 to see that. I mean, I loved it, and I would do it all over again.
That's still reasonable compared to some of the prices that have been going on these days.
You're right. You're absolutely right. But by comparison, yeah. And Fear was playing, and Megadeth, aka Diet Metallica, was playing.
Would I spend $200 to go see the Misfits? No. That's when I'd try to dress in all black and throw on some fake credentials and walk in the back, pretend I'm a stagehand.
That's a good move. That's a solid move.
Walk in with like a random truck strap with the fucking face on. Like you're on a mission.
Pretend like you know. Pretend like you belong. That's it. That is it. You would be surprised how often you could just pretend like you belong, and that's it. So, has that ever worked for you? Have you ever done that?
Oh my god, dude!
Really?
Absolutely. If I didn't know like who was like on tour or something like that, like I'd be able to call and get because I usually march in a parade of one anyway, so I can find myself getting into some cool stuff. So I'm not trying to get three guys into the back door. But there's been Earth Day birthdays and Warp Tours on like the fairgrounds and shit.
What do you think is the biggest show that you've done that at?
Any of the festivals on the fairgrounds. I wouldn't have the balls to just travel to Live Oak.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you could. There's the dress. You don't shower for a couple of days. Wear show blacks.
Yeah.
Maybe have some dusty knees. If you could have a radio.
Dusty knees.
Yeah. If you could have a radio, dude, and going over. And I'm telling you, a fucking truck strap.
Yeah.
A truck strap, credentials. I don't give a shit if it's like
you just
2018 Green Day. You get a stack of them because you're going to be that guy. You're going to look like that guy.
I have some Alex Jones VIP because I was one of the producers for when he was here.
Get like a chalk bag, like a climber will have that, and then just have like a truck strap with like you're on a mission. You got to go to stage B, dude.
Yo, that's great. I need to. That's that would have been solid when I was like in my 20s and shit.
Real quick, since we're talking about that kind of stuff in like free shows.
Yeah.
So the only time that I saw Grateful Dead was like a couple of shows before Jerry died.
Wow.
And it was in Highgate, Vermont.
You get to see Jerry?
Yeah. So this was like, what year was that? I think that might have been like 96, maybe 95, 96. I forget. I wasn't really a Deadhead.
Yeah.
But so we were tripping our socks off, and this is when I was living in Boston. And we went with like, brown brick weed. It was 90s.
Yeah.
We might have had some outdoor BC bud or something, but it
some
still
Beasters.
Was just, Beasters, yeah. But it was just some Reggie,
Yeah.
And then I had a bunch of fucking shrooms, and so we're tripping our socks off going up there. And then it was like the last 7 miles, it was bumper to bumper. You could walk faster than the cars were going.
God,
it was
that.
2-lane roads in middle of nowhere, Highgate, Vermont, right?
Yeah.
So I'm walking for the last 7 miles and progressively tripping harder.
Oh, God.
And people coming up, hey, man, I need a miracle. I'm definitely not going to get a miracle, dude. I'm going to see the fucking dead. I ain't giving you my shit. And then it progressively would get higher and higher.
What a woke thing to say. I need a miracle. You fucking woke. Everybody needs a miracle.
At least see a miracle. Someone just fucking walk on that puddle for me or something. But so it started with like, hey man, you got a free ticket. Like, fuck no, I definitely don't. And then, so you would walk and your trip would get a little bit higher and higher and higher. But so would the offering of the money for the ticket. The closer that you would get.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
So now, dude, I am like fucking balls to the wall, 10 feet from the fucking fence, giving my ticket, my miracle. Right before that, 10 feet before I was giving my ticket, I had someone offered me $400, $500, something ridiculous. And I was like, thought about it. And I was like, no, dude, like I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah. So I give my ticket, and we walk through the gate, and I'm like, fucking yeah, we're here, dude. And I'm looking around. We walk another 10 feet. All the gates behind me come down. Free fucking concert.
No. Oh my God, that would be so infuriating.
Dude, not 20 feet. I was just offered a few $100.
Oh my God, that would be so awful.
Sucked.
Oh, that would be so bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
No free concert there.
No, yeah. God damn, dude. I've never had the balls to do that. I've always had some sort of, and I've never been that guy. Like I've literally, Hallucination Before Christmas happens in Tampa at the castle in Ybor, technically. And I know the guys that throw it.
Yeah.
But I'll never be that guy. One of the people actually called me. I was on my way to Tampa and they're like, hey, what are you up to? I was like, I'm on my way to HBC. They're like, why didn't you call me? I was like, I don't want to be that guy. And and they're like, we have the shit in our like, what do you? And I just don't want to be that guy. I've always wanted to just pay. I would rather do that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, again, I'm not gonna like travel to Bonnaroo or even up to Live Oak and try to get into Halloween or some shit like that. But like, yeah, I'll try it at the Central Florida Fairgrounds. If I get booted out, I just go home. Yeah.
Catch an Uber.
Sneaking into something like that, you got to be prepared. Like,
yeah, you got to be prepared to like
throwing camp gear over a fence somewhere.
Yeah,
and then trying to
dude. When I was at Hula last year,
just do it. Balls to the wall. Pirate life, man.
Pirate.
Just wear what you're wearing. Whoa.
Whoopsie.
Man, it's technical difficulties.
Keep talking. Okay. So, when I was at Halloween last year, there was a dude that I don't know what happened. I have no idea what the context was. I don't know how he ended up in the VIP area. But dude was in the. Oh, you are the man. Thank you. Dude was in the VIP area. And at first he looked a little sketch, but he didn't look like too sketch. I was like, he's probably on too many drugs. You know, that was my diagnosis. Dr. Zouain's diagnosis. Turns out, motherfucker was being looked for by the cops, and he went from being like kind of sketch and walking through VIP to like right where if you've ever been to Halloween, where the HULA, where the big hula sign is, there's a little VIP area. And this guy,
pardon me.
Yeah. Well, we were on the other side. We were not in the VIP area. We usually hang out by the A because it's a great view. But anyway, so we're talking like he's just chilling, and then you see fucking these dudes in like the typical type of dorks that the like
security.
Yeah. They just. With the big cargo pants, just jumping over that fence like they are going after the Unabomber. It was just some dude that was selling drugs apparently. Like that has to be such a frustrating game of whack-a-mole. Like, can you imagine being the guy that's responsible for finding?
You get shaken down pretty good and pretty hard, and those guys could either be really cool or real
absolute dicks. Oh my God, dude!
A little for you, a little for me, or all for me. All for me. You ain't getting nothing.
And you say anything, and I'm gonna. God damn it! You say anything, and I'll just pinch you for more. Like that's the problem. The problem is that it's your word versus theirs. Every time it's your word versus theirs. And here, just tighten it like as tight as you fucking like.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah? All right.
You just have a fetish for the microphone.
I don't have a fetish for the microphone. The thing was just like it was weird.
Try to twist it. Should like do it correctly. Here, let's fix this.
That's what I wanted to do.
Yeah, but you can't just bend it. You gotta.
I got it. Some inside baseball here, guys. But yeah, so the problem is that it's your word versus theirs. So even if they want to screw you, they could just do it. That's perfect. I'm not even going to touch it after this. Let's see. Joanna on Facebook says the best is when the bikers are in charge of security. They don't fuck with you as long as you don't fuck with them. Amen. Yeah. Amen. Oh my God.
So the security that we had. So I did 9 years at Camp Bisco.
Where's Camp Bisco?
I don't know where they're doing it now, but this was up in Mariahville, New York. So it was Indian Lookout Country Club or something like that.
Okay.
And essentially, it was a old timer biker and his boys that they ran all the security.
That's the best.
They ran the medical tents there. I mean, they did it. They rocked it. But Camp Bisco was run by bikers.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, at least I could speak. This said Joanna says Bisco is no longer.
Really?
Yeah. You can. Joanna says she could wish us.
I wonder what Disco Biscuits are doing these days. That's the only thing they have.
Well, Disco Biscuits was at a Hula. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. So they're still just doing the.
Joanna, you can jump on the conversation. You're in the conversation right now. Remember, I'm doing this right now here. Anyway. Let's see. I'm taking Strange Creek and Wormtown. Is that drugs? Dude. Is that drugs? No. That sounds like drugs. What kind of drug is strain? Is that a strain of weed? Like what is it? What are you guys talking about?
Festivals.
I mean, yes, but she said that she's taking like. Oh. She says she's taking.
Don't be grammar police on a comment.
I didn't know.
See, that's why she wanted to join in because the things would get lost in translation. Like you just did right there.
Lost in translation, taking something is like and we were just talking about festivals. You can't blame me. You can't blame me. Okay. Let's see here. No, they're music festivals. So when it comes to like doing things right.
Oh, this Lady J talking right on.
Yeah. So when it comes to doing things right, at least in my experience, Halloween, as far as camp out festivals are concerned, that's it. Yeah. Like, oh my God, dude. It is the 10-year anniversary is happening. I'm going. You should be going. You should go.
I haven't gone to a Halloween in a decade.
Well, this is the 10-year anniversary, so you need to come back. Yeah. It's 10 years, bro.
Yeah, it's probably when it was after. Was it after Hangout Festival? It probably was after Hangout Festival. I did the free, because anyway.
So, but yeah, so I don't know why did we start talking about festivals?
I have no idea.
No idea. I don't know. So, so for all
breaking in, getting into free shows.
Getting into free shows, that's right.
Pretending to be a stagehand.
That's right. Oh, dude, that's a brilliant move. I mean, I would have never done it, but I wish I would have done it just to say I could do it.
You can still do it.
I'm sure I could.
Put on some black dicky shorts and black socks.
I know enough of the lingo.
Black.
I can. Yeah. No, it's fine.
I've done it at the Hurricane Festival every year.
What? You did it at where? You did it where, sir? Nah.
No, that's a show that I buy VIP tickets that don't even show up to.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's right. Did you end up getting your shirt? You should be getting your shirt.
No, I'm not worried about it. I'm sure something will come my way.
Yeah, well,
one way or another.
Yeah. No, dude, this year's Hurricane Party was awesome. It was so good. For those interested parties, Madonna is out of the hospital. Shout out Madonna.
What a way to end that.
Wish I could go to your shows, but you're canceling them and I can't go there for free. That would be a good show. That would be a good first show. That's a show that I would try to sneak into.
What's that?
The Madonna show. I'd sneak into it.
As a stagehand?
Yeah.
Or as like a backup dancer or something?
A backup? Do I look like I would be a Madonna backup dancer?
I don't know. There's got to be a bear in there somewhere.
There's got to be a bear in there. I hate you. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
All right. So, Cheech's birthday.
13th July.
The 13th of July. And we're doing something dope over at the joint. No pun intended. And you're gonna be a part of it.
Yep.
It's gonna be a lot of fun, man. I'm glad that that's another collab that we're doing. So yeah, July 13th. If you're in the Central Florida area, come out to the joint and check us out. It's gonna be dope.
I like that we had that little conversation today because I wanna bring back one of my pieces of content and collab again with
dude.
That.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
Dude, I got the munchies.
That was and you know what? The stuff that you were putting together there, like the what was the thing? The English muffins. You made up an English muffin.
English muffin pizza.
The English muffin pizza, dude.
Yeah,
you made
those when I had lunchies.
Yeah,
when you get the munchies in the afternoon.
Was that at the old house?
They're called lunchies. Yeah,
that was at the old house.
A lot of the munchies ones were
that was when you started it, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. That's so funny, dude. What a time. What a weird time that was.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Walking around with fucking looking like ninjas.
And me still flying around the country.
Yeah. Fuck that. Leave it there. So yeah, oh my God, dude. That was the worst. And the fact that I had to move twice within that time frame.
Well, it was funny, you wouldn't even come over to the house in the beginning because it was deep in the heart of COVID. But then when I showed you that I was writing down all my contacts, everything that I did, every move that I made, you were like, "Damn, dude, you took this thing serious. I can't fly around the country and not."
Yeah,
we had no idea what was going on, and I wasn't.
You weren't rolling the dice, and I appreciated that because that was the thing. The thing when that started, there was your hardcore fucking like. We're not doing anything, and then the other way. Yeah. And like at some point, I was definitely the other way because I wanted to make sure that I was that I wasn't going to roll the dice. You know, if it was going to be, it was what did they call it? Pascal's wager. Are you familiar with Pascal's wager?
No.
So Pascal's wager basically says that I'm going to believe in God because if I don't believe in God, and he is real, then I'm going to hell. But if I don't believe in God and he isn't real, you know, like there's no upside. Right. You know what I'm saying? So in the same manner, I was like, with COVID, I was like, I'm a Pascal's wager this shit. If y'all say that I need to wash my hands 17 times, then I'm washing my hands 17 times
right.
until somebody with a coat and some initials at the end of their name says some shit that sounds scientifically enough that I'm scientist enough that I'm not gonna and that was fucking, and there was a bunch of curveballs there too. So yeah, oh god, that was a frustrating time. I'm glad we're on technically kind of on the other side of that.
I just saw that someone that I on the social media has just got COVID. Someone she lives in Virginia.
One of my buddies.
No, she lives in North Carolina.
One of my buddies just got COVID. Yeah, Schrodinger's cat. Yeah. I guess technically that would be a Schrodinger's cat situation. Yeah. Both you get COVID and you don't get COVID. Because even if you did have COVID, you could be asymptomatic, and then like you just don't know that you have COVID and pass it to somebody that was.
I have not.
I've not had COVID. Like I don't know if I'm like Superman or an alien, or because I live in Sanford, I was immunized on top of the vaccine. Was it you that was telling me about? Aaron, my buddy Aaron, and I were talking, and apparently his friend was at a hospital somewhere where like immunocompromised people are abundant. Somebody was wearing a shirt that said, "Jesus is my vaccine." Oh, Jesus is my vaccine, bro. I'd be like, excuse me, can't help to see but that your shirt says Jesus is my vaccine. What about the vaccine? Do you also have that? Because that'd be like, I mean, Jesus is cool and all, but what about the vaccine? Do you have that? Because the Jesus vaccine is nice. The vaccine is good.
What is a Jesus vaccine?
I have no idea, dude. I just want them to have the actual vaccine. They could call whatever. They could have fucking hocus pocus vaccine. I don't give a shit. As long as they also have the vaccine.
The hocus pocus vaccine sounds scary, though.
The hocus pocus vaccine sounds like something. Actually, it does sound like something Pfizer would come out with. I'm not gonna lie.
It's the new version of the witch trials.
Yeah. It's anyway, don't get me fucking started about that. But yeah, I think that we've technically left that side of COVID. Now we have like the less deadly, more contagious COVIDs, I guess, COVID strains, where now we can't even keep up with the strains, with the vaccines and shit. So now it's just one of those. It's, what did they call it?
I don't see myself getting another vaccine.
No?
No.
Huh. What's the line?
I don't know. Like I didn't get all the other boosters. I got 1, 2, and I think I got another booster.
Yeah, I got the 3. I got the booster. Yeah, 1 booster.
But I don't know.
Really? So wow. Okay.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be an anti-vaxxer, Greg? No, I'm just kidding.
That's funny.
How does it feel to be?
I mean, I guess I would have to see what the next one is. Like, am I gonna I think I'm done playing with the COVID type thing.
So okay, so you got COVID. What did they call it? COVID fatigue. COVID fatigue.
I don't know if it's about that. I think it's a little mixture of I did what you told me. I didn't get it. I saw other people that didn't necessarily get it either. Like I don't know like a shit ton of people that got it.
For sure. Yeah. No, I know enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know enough.
And I know it's real. My father had it and that kind of stuff. And
yeah.
And he recovered, but it exacerbated his other symptoms and it took his life.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's going to have to be like another like shock and awe, scary fucking situation where like, and even then I would still debate it.
Even then you would still debate.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Hey, look, I can't say that I blame you for it. And while And if my brother hears this, he's going to he's going to throw this in my face. While I feel like the vaccines were less effective than we hoped they would be when we first got them and all of that.
What vaccine did you get?
The two poke. I think maybe Pfizer. I think I got Pfizer.
I think Johnson & Johnson.
Johnson & Johnson was the single one, and that one had some issues.
I'm Team Moderna.
Team Moderna is. I can't. I was gonna wait until we did the ocean.
Again, I'm gonna spit on you.
I've been. Well, I'm trying to make it so that you know what. You're right. That was on me. That one was on me.
They're all on you, guy.
I know.
Stick it in the wall.
All right, seriously, it's not that.
Let's get the weight down.
Hold on. All right, make sure that.
No, position it where you need it to be.
Okay, like that, and boom, perfect. That's where I need it to be, so I can be like this and like that. Anyway, yeah, we good. All right, Jesus fucking Christ. Thank you, but no. So both Moderna and Pfizer were two. They were two applications, 2 weeks apart, right? And then 6 months later, we were supposed to have another one, like DJ Khaled. And
I think I actually got my booster.
Okay.
I think I got that a year to the day after I got my last one.
A year to the day.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, because I think at the 6 month mark, it was still maybe just like the seniors could get it, and then at one point they was just like, fuck it, open it up for everybody.
Dude, the minute that it was opened up for seniors, it was seniors and smokers. And my doctor, big up Justin, Dr. Mahan at Family Tree Primary Care. He texts me and he's like, hey, they said smokers. They didn't say smoke what? Do you want it? I was like, hell yes, put me in, coach. And he did, and it was awesome. And I was sitting there next to a bunch of octogenarians trying to get my
still smoking.
Yeah, still fucking just crushing those
Take
Marlboros.
it out of their nose for a couple of drags. If I can need that Pall Malls.
Pall Malls.
Joey, give me those Pall Malls.
Oh, God. So, yeah. Speaking of tragedies.
Great segue.
Speaking of tragedies. It's a tragedy, right?
Yeah, it sucks, dude. Nobody wishes death on anybody.
Okay, yeah. It's a tragedy. I'm conflicted.
Oh yeah. I'm not saying that I necessarily am sad.
Okay.
I'm
making sure we're both on the same page here.
Like, I didn't even know they were doing the journey until after the journey started.
Yeah.
So it's not like I could have put my 2 cents in, like, hey, don't do that. That's a fucking dumb move.
Hey, nobody called you? You mean?
Yeah, no one called me up.
Fucking Stockton didn't call you? Get out of here.
No.
Ah, well, that's why.
But
no
like,
wonder.
it's not like, oh, dude, I hope those 5 go down and die.
No.
Nobody
would
wishes
say
death
that.
on
No.
it.
So we're talking about the Titan 5. That there was a tribute paid to the Titan 5 killed in the catastrophic implosion on ocean floor. So yeah, these guys are being tributed. Is that I don't know. They're paying tribute to the guys.
Paying is the operative word.
Yeah. Well, we also paid a lot of money to find 5 people, which it sounds callous and it sounds like whatever.
Well, like the Coast Guard does a lot of that stuff. Well, obviously they're funded.
Yeah, they're funded by
but there were so many other boats that came in.
Yeah.
Someone's got to pay for that.
Yes, and that's the thing, we had to pay for it. And my problem is that we also had those refugees on the other side. I mean, it was on the other side of the world, but
they're still looking for them.
They're still looking for them.
The last thing that I read, and I think I read it this morning. So yeah, there was 500 of them. They've recovered 100.
Jesus.
80 were found dead, and they're estimating another 500 that they still haven't found.
Wow.
So we're already like paying tribute to 5 people who did it on a private thing.
On a private
But
makeshift.
hey, you know, they were migrants, you know?
Yeah,
They're not fleeing from war-torn countries and living with PTSD. Could you
these guys were doing what do they call it? Tragedy tourism or dark tourism or some shit. That's what going to see the Titanic is what that is.
Yeah, and they had to have broken some sort of treaties because
what do you mean?
From what I understand, there's been almost 100-year agreement with other countries, really not to go down there and F with it.
Really?
Yeah, and
for 100 years,
I would love to be fact checked. But
well,
yeah, because there were so many other countries that had people on that ship. It's a burial ground of 1,500 people for 100 years. It shouldn't be disturbed.
1,505.
1,505. So, too soon.
Is it?
Oh no. Well, they only found a couple of body parts anyway.
What? Wow.
Anyway, but
not the point.
But again. They're disturbing a burial ground.
They are, and that's what I'm saying. They're going there to see the burial ground of 1,500 people, and that type of like, what did they call it? It wasn't dark tour. It's the same. They call it the same thing that they call it when you go to North Korea and shit like that.
What, to visit like the
tragedy tourism? Tragedy tourism. That's what they call it, I think. But the problem that I see with this is the gross, the word that's been thrown around a lot is hubris of this guy who, and this is where the socialists, get, this is a good argument for the socialists because these guys spent $250,000 a piece to go see the Titanic. How many millions of dollars did we spend? Did we use our resources to go find these people that were going there on their own volition, signing a paper that says listen, there is no regulatory body that says that the device that you're going into to go down there is going to hold together. So, vaya con Dios. That's what that contract says.
Dude, a regular sub doesn't even go past 600 feet or something like that.
No, it was more than that, but it's way more than that. But the point is that there aren't many submarines that can go that. Submarines. It wasn't a submarine.
It's a submersible.
It was a submersible. It couldn't be called a submarine because it didn't have any regulatory body saying, hey, this is a submarine. Nobody says that shit. No. Nobody called it that. So it's a submersible.
I mean, I feel bad for the young kid.
I feel bad for the 19-year-old.
And there are words that, I guess that he didn't even want to go on.
No, he was terrified.
He was forced to go on it.
He was terrified. This was a father-son, an uber billionaire.
But you're 19 years old. Hold your ground.
No, dude, I can't. I'm sorry. At 19 years old, I was a conservative Republican. At 19 years, yeah. At 19 years old, I was an evangelical conservative Republican. Stand your ground, bro. It's tough to do that. It's as a 19-year-old fucking kid. I was look. I had the rebellion. My rebellion was different. My rebellion was not.
At 19 years old, I would not. I would if it was everything against me. I would. My father would never have put me in that position.
Your dad. Yeah, your father would not have. And I was a son, and I'm a son of immigrants too. So it's a blind side like we were talking about before.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a different world, but. And I grew up, remember, who gave me my first jobs in radio? Conservative talk radio.
Ooch.
Yeah. So I had to reconcile that in some form or fashion. My last job was for the largest Christian conservative conglomerate in the country.
God bless you.
And I was on 10 of their stations in English and Spanish. Like, that's what I'm saying. So
you sold your soul.
Yeah, I did. I didn't sell out, man.
So you should have done like some secret messages in Spanish. Like,
well, no, you know what I did? No, you know what I did?
Did some of the Spanish spots be like, really, don't be listening to these gringos or some shit like that.
No.
Run.
But what I did, run. No, because they ended up buying a Spanish station locally, but the program directors, nobody in the brass knew Spanish. So like it was me. And I was on.
That's what I meant. So you could do like all the hidden things, and they would think that we had just doing a regular thing.
We had do boys there that would listen to that. I would listen. Yeah, they would screw that up. But like my point is that it's hard for a 19-year-old child, because that's what he is. At 19, you're still a fucking child. For a kid to be like, nah, my billionaire dad that I'm sure has taken care of everything for me, that I've never had to pay for a goddamn thing. I've never had a day of work in my life. Yeah, that guy, my entire source of existing. Nah, I'm not going to your billionaire trip. Are you out of your fucking mind? And especially because these guys didn't understand how like deterioration works when it comes to the materials that they were using, because that's the problem. They were using Did you
see how the monitors were like just screwed into the wall?
Just like Best Buy monitors. This guy got lights from Camping World. He got a fucking PlayStation controller.
Logitech.
A Logitech PlayStation controller. I posted a picture the other day, BRB going to the sub, going to see the Titanic with a little PlayStation controller, because that's exactly what it was. Actually, no, I take that back. The PlayStation controller, you can actually plug in hardwire. They didn't even do that.
Dude, he could have just made it like a simulator and nobody would have known the difference. Instead of that little window, like you had the window, but it was just more like a screen.
Yeah.
And like you could, with the technology, you could just go down. You're not even like 6 feet down and just shake it up a little bit and make it feel like you're sinking a little bit.
It is incredible. Like, hubris was the perfect way.
Honestly, I don't even think I'd go 6 feet down in something that someone else screwed shut on the outside.
The minute the guy brought out that PlayStation controller, I was like, I'm out. Nope, no more.
No, dude, we're going to sink this, and I'm going to shut you in with screws.
With bolts. Yeah, with 17 bolts.
Yeah, no.
I'm out.
I'll get done. You fucking nuts?
Wait, you mean I can't, like, jimmy the thing and get no?
Yep.
17. So you're putting me in a no.
I don't know you.
Fuck out of here.
I don't know you. This guy's on a suicide mission.
Amount of charisma you would have to have for me to get in that thing. Like, I would have loved
and go down 12,000 feet.
Yeah,
like a nuts.
No, I am sorry that the 19-year-old died. I am sorry that all of them died. But I only pity the 19-year-old. The 19-year-old. I mean, there was some, I gotta say, I'm a big fan of dark humor. Dark humor is how I got over, am currently even still getting over my brother's suicide.
A shit ton of memes.
Oh my God! Did you see the Man Crush Monday one?
No.
Oh God! It was just a picture of the submersible with Man Crush Monday. I lost it, dude. I lost it. That was a line that I could not cross, even with, like, somebody sent that to me. And usually I'm the guy that you send that shit to, and I go, and they're like, oh, dude, I can't post that, but you should.
I got a ration of shit for posting that stuff. But.
Yeah. Tell me about that. What happened?
Well, it wasn't really that one. I get some stuff because, you know, oh, Mr. Nice Guy or this, that, and the other.
Yeah. Mr. Inclusion.
Yeah, Mr. Inclusion. I got more on that one on the Nazi post. But
okay, that's what it was.
I've never come to the table saying that I'm this nice guy. As a matter of fact, my friends and the people who follow me and our little family, our little clique, I mean, like, we fucking keep it real.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give you a kind, like we like the other day we have a cup. I'm staying with some friends and it says kindness matters on it, and we came up with like kindness matters. Sometimes,
yeah.
And then someone else came up and they were like, yeah, dude, like everything in moderation. Even kindness.
Even kindness.
You know what I mean? So I mean,
everything in moderation, including moderation.
Right, yeah. So who says that one? That's like a saying from
that's like a philosopher, I think. Like a legit like.
But yeah, dude, I'm not gonna come up here and blow smoke up someone's ass. Like,
no,
it's all bullshit. It's toxic positivity, like I talk about.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna be sad, I'm gonna be sad. If I'm gonna be mad, I'm gonna be mad. If I have to fucking scream, I'm gonna scream. But I'm not gonna just, hey, everything's like,
don't bullshit
it's gross.
me.
It's fucking, it's gross.
So this is let's hear this thing. Let's see. This is out of CNN. This guy is the U.S. Navy. U.S. Navy says that it detected the implosion on Sunday. So this is what's his name? James. Oh, this is James Cameron on the fundamental flaw.
Yeah, so he's the one that did the chain email.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
There's no question about it. It's a carbon composite. You can tell us more about what that actually means. I mean, it's the kind of stuff used in spacecraft, but is it designed for deep underwater pressure? And what is the danger of that kind of material in this kind of environment?
It's completely inappropriate for a vessel that sees external pressure. Carbon fiber composites are used very, very successfully for internal pressure vessels, like let's say a scuba tank. And you can get 2 or 3 times multiple of what you could get out of steel or aluminum for that type of pressure bottle. But for something that's seeing external pressure, all of the advantages of composite materials go away and all the disadvantages come into play. So if you're using a uniform material like steel or titanium or ceramic or acrylic, you can do computer modeling with a high degree of accuracy and confidence. The second you start doing carbon composite or any kind of composite materials, you're introducing 2 materials that are in contact with each other. The filament itself and then the epoxy matrix that it sits within. And at that point you have degradation failure. So we always understood that this was the wrong material for submersible hulls because with each pressure cycle, you can have progressive damage. So it's quite insidious because you may have a number of successful dives, which is what happened here, and then have it fail later.
Well, we also want to point out Oceangate's former director of marine operations. He wrote this engineering report in 2018, I think it was. He focused his criticisms on the company's decision to rely on acoustic monitoring the sounds the hull made under pressure as opposed to a scan of the hull. According to him, the company claimed no equipment existed that could perform that kind of a scan on the 5-inch thick carbon fiber hull.
Yeah.
I know it's difficult to say, obviously, without reading the report, but I'm wondering what you make of that because it seems like this company was making a big deal about the sensors they had that could, sense a problem with the hull, and if they could sense there was a problem, then they would have time to turn around and go back up. Clearly, they didn't.
It's a bit like saying we have a bit of a poor design for the engine in our jet or our rocket ship, but we have a sensor that will tell us if it's on fire. To me, that's cold comfort, and I think that if you're building a hull where you need to have sensors to tell you that it's failing, in the process of failing, you have no business designing subs or being in that sub. They touted it,
dude.
I believe, as a good thing, as a safety protocol. But I consider it a bad thing because it sheds a light directly on the fundamental flaw of their design.
So these guys were told by everybody. They were told by everyone, hey,
not a good idea.
Yeah, hey, don't do it. It's not going to work. And the thing is that because the composite material that they were using, that was the thing that I was thinking about. The composite material that they were using was like not it would deteriorate. So like because they went down 5 times, like they were like, oh yeah, we went down 5 times. We're good to go. We can go again. We can go again. Not a big deal. Turns out, no, that's not the way it works. And the amount of hubris that it took for these people to do this is insane. So Should we be making fun of this stuff? Look, I made fun of my brother's death. All right. So if I can make fun of my brother's suicide,
we've always
like
dark humor has always been a way of recovery, or what's the word that I'm looking for?
Wait, watch it. It's a form
mourning.
Of mourning and of So I don't think that we when we do this, we do it out of malice. Yes, we do hate the fact that there are billionaires. Personally, I don't even hate the fact that there are billionaires.
You don't mess with Mother Nature, dude. And you went into a submersible 12,000 feet in something that wasn't made for it. You knew the risk that was going down there. You were going down to disturb a burial ground, as far as I'm concerned.
Yep.
Like, she ate you up because you fucked around.
Yeah, you fucked around and you found out.
Oh.
You found out. I'm sorry, but that is the state of things. Greg Runge, what you got going on?
Got a couple of things.
Yeah?
We have the scavenger hunt that I'm going to be doing on TikTok next on the July 7th, just before the other thing.
Oh, yeah.
Just before Cheech's birthday. We're going to be...
Old Cheech.
Incognito.
Nice.
The incognitodesigns.com, the people who are making the joint thing shirt with me on it.
Yep.
They're going to sponsor the scavenger hunt, and they're going to drop that shirt that night, and probably going to give some free shirts out that night as well.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. So July 7th.
July 7th. Yeah. And then we have July 13th at West End and the Joint at West End. Mm-hmm. No relation. We are doing Cheech's birthday there. We're going to have... I believe either a special menu or some sort of special something.
I made a suggestion.
Yeah. Are you allowed to say what the suggestion is?
Well, they didn't say yay or nay, but I think it would be cool to see what people might think.
All right.
But so I would. The joint is called a joint because it's a joint venture.
Yeah.
But they're going on the cannabis theme of things. And they have some CBD infused stuff. And they go for the munchies and stuff, right?
Turf Origins. Shout out Turf Origins.
So I was thinking something simple and easy and use something that they already have, like their Cosmic Nugs or whatever. The chicken nugs.
Primo Nugs.
Primo Nugs, man.
Oh.
So Cheech is a big fan of... the flaming Cheetos,
flaming hot Cheetos, yeah.
So I want to do a rendition of like moon rocks, but they would probably have to be called like sun rocks or something. So you use their primo
Sunshine
nugs,
rocks.
premier nugs, right?
Yeah.
Maybe drizzle some CBD infused honey, and then have like a dust, not really a dust, because every good munchie's got to have some crunchy.
Oh, yeah.
So like food processed, like some flaming Cheetos.
Yeah.
And not all the way dusty. And then roll that into the Primo Nugs.
Oof, that sounds amazing.
Yeah.
That sounds good, dude. Okay, now I'm hungry.
And hopefully we'll have some content going before then where we get to see their menu in action with, hey, dude, I got the munchies.
I got the munchies. Yeah, we definitely need to do that. I have my regular shit. My name is DJ Zouain. You can find me anywhere on social media at DJ Zouain. You can find me on Saturdays at West End Trading Company, where I DJ starting at 10 for some Sanfording Saturdays. Think you might be there tomorrow.
Yeah.
Aside from that, you could find a... Let me see. Oh, nope, that's not what I meant to do. That's what I meant to do. And there we go.
Fat finger.
I know. I fat fingered the thing. That sounds weird. Anyway, my name is DJ Zouain. You can find me anywhere on social media at DJ Zouain. You can follow the End.fm. Go to the End.fm and subscribe to all the shows. The Hijack, Irreverent, and you could the Monday Music Mix, which is just basically me throwing up mixes from the week, usually my Saturday mixes. So aside from that, thanks for hanging out. We'll talk to you next week. Peace. Oh yeah, we'll be doing Irreverent. Bye.
We'll get all new equipment at the fire station.